Hey guys, Nish Nugent here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Beaba baby cook or Beaba. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it because it's French. So let's go with Beaba. That sounds fancy. Pinky up. So my son, he's 6 months old and I just started introducing him to foods about a week and a half ago. And I got this baby cook. Absolutely love it. I did run into some issues when I first started using it, and I said, oh, let me show people how to use this because I'm sure people run into issues just like me, and here we are today. So obviously we have the machine, and we have two mixing and steam bowls, the little baskets to cook and steam the food, and we have these two mixing lids. It also has these little ridges for a smoothie filter. When you're pouring it out, it kind of filters out some of the excess stuff. And we have two blades and these two things. I don't know what they're called, but they lock the blades in place. So I'm going to move this over so you guys can see what I'm doing. So you're going to need this to lock it into place, the blade. You're going to take your bowl. So we're going to flip this over. Sit it right in the center, and then I just turn it upside down so I can see what I'm doing. Just gonna take this part, sit it in, just do it this way so you can see, and then you're gonna do a little turn. I would turn it from the base. It doesn't really matter, but it's easier to turn it from the base. You kind of feel it locking in, so it's stuck in there. Same thing on this side. Put this in, turn it, locks it in place. Then you sit this in like so. So you have the handles with this little piece facing out where the spout is. So it kind of covers it a little bit. And then it's time to put your food in and then we'll start cooking. So to cook the baby food, you have to pick a water level first. There are 3 levels on here, 1, 2, and 3. So for most fruit, you'll be cooking on water level 2. And for meat, fish, and most vegetables, except for I think green beans, you will be cooking at a water level 3. So just put in the apples in here. I think that's all I can fit. So you can fill it up to the top, just as long as it's not overflowing. And then I'm going to put that to water level 2. I'm being bougie as hell with the Fiji water for my baby. Just ignore me. All right, that's at water level 2. So something I had difficulty with was lining this up. It took me like 10 minutes just to get this on. I'm like, how do you do this? Okay, not 10 minutes. I'm being dramatic, but it took me a long ass time. So you have to really line it up well with the ridges right here for it to slide in like so. And I'm just gonna go ahead and load the potatoes in. They say you're supposed to cut it like a ½ inch. I suck at cutting potatoes because they're like hard as hell to cut. So some of these aren't a ½ inch. So we'll see what happens. Same thing with this side. You can have this little basket thing. Line that up. Here I go, being super bougie again with my Fiji water. Looks like I need some more. That's at water level 3. Potatoes will go in. And then I have to turn it because this part needs to be lined up. Okay, so like I said, you really have to line it up right. So when I first did this, I said, okay, everything's lined up, ready to go. I snap these down. You'll hear a click to make sure it's locked into place, not going anywhere. It's plugged in. I hit the button. So once you hit this button, it should start to go. They both shut off. So I'm like, what's going on? You have to make sure once you have it locked in, you click it in. So not only do you put it in, snap these down, these have to be clicked into place like so to start running. And you don't have to do anything else. It will tell you when it's done. You hit both sides like that, and it starts to steam everything. So I will see you guys in about 15 to 20 minutes. I believe this side is almost 20 minutes, and this side will be about 10-15 minutes. All right, I will be right back. Something's wrong. See that? It shut off, and I don't know why. Guys, I realized what I did wrong. I'm so dumb. This is why we're here today. It's baby steps, guys. Okay. So the reason why it shut off, that shows you that something's wrong. You need to troubleshoot. It's not working. I did something really silly. Guys, the water, after you filled up to the correct water level, which this is on water level 2, you're supposed to pour it into this reservoir. Duh. So I'm really glad that that happened, that I ran into a problem, because so you guys can see. Close it down, click it in, hit both buttons. So after you click both buttons, I would wait a second to make sure I hear the steam going. It takes like a minute or so to kick in, because if anything's hooked up wrong, like for example, if these parts weren't clicked in or you filled something up wrong or whatever the case may be, it will turn on initially, and after like 30 seconds, it will shut off. It'll just go beep, beep, and turn off. So that way you can troubleshoot it, because it would suck if you started it, you went upstairs, were with the baby, baby's ready to eat, you come down and, oh look, it never worked. So I hear the steam going in, everything's good, we're good to go. And I will show you the next step after it's finished cooking. Okay, so they're both done now. You will just undo the lid. Be very careful because the steam is real. It comes with a little spatula right here that you will use to safely remove it. Do that with the potatoes. Hopefully the potatoes are steamed enough, because they're a little thick, a little thicker than a 1/2 inch, like the instructions say. Another thing that it doesn't tell you is even though it's a double cook, it does not blend on both sides, which was kind of annoying to me. I wish I could have just had both sides blending at the same time, but it's fine. It cooks both at the same time. It only blends on the right side. So you still have the liquid from the apples, so you can save some of the nutrients and use that as part of your puree. So what I do is I pour this out into a little cup, and I'll add as much water as I want, just so I can monitor how thick or thin I want it. I will pour the apples in to here, nice and soft. And then now you can get that little mixing and smoothie lid. I don't know if you really need this while you're mixing, but I'm just gonna put it on. So you have that lid. For now, I'm just gonna pour. So be careful, it's pretty hot. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit. See if that's enough. Put the lid back on. Sneak this on here. click it in, close, and then it's time to puree it. So I'm just gonna turn this to the right. That did a really good job. And there you have it. You got some applesauce there. You save some of the water so you can keep nutrients in the baby's meal. Okay, now let's do the sweet potatoes.
Okay, so I'm going to put the potatoes in. And don't forget, can't do it on the left, you have to do it on the right. But you can use both bowls have a blender. So I'm just going to use all the water from the sweet potatoes. And throw the lid on here. Slide that back on. Click, click. And let's see what happens. Okay, all done. It did an amazing job blending.
There you have it. You have your organic sweet potatoes all ready. So I have a lot here that I'm gonna put into storage containers, and I will show you what I do with that. And I have some extra that I'm gonna actually give away to my sister. She has a little baby too. And I will show you what I put my baby food in. So once you're done making all your baby food, it's time to store it. I personally like to use the OXO Tot baby blocks. They have the measurement markers on them. They come in 2 sizes. So when I'm gonna freeze it, I'll use the bigger blocks and just freeze it in bulk. And the ones in the refrigerator, I'll use the smaller ones. It has a little tray that it sits on just so it's not tilting and spilling. It won't spill anyway because it has like this little extra plastic thing in there that locks it into place. So after DJ's done breastfeeding, we are going to give him a little sample of some sweet potatoes, and he's already had that for a couple days, so we know he doesn't have any allergies to it. And then we are going to introduce him to apples and see how he does with that. And I will continue storing, and that's basically how you use the baby cook. Really easy, makes prepping and planning so much easier. You don't really have to think about it too much. I can freeze it, refrigerate it, whatever I want to do. I don't have to worry about it for a few days, and you know what your baby's getting. I use all organic fruit. He eats better than I do because I eat crap. So that's everything with the baby cook and how I store my baby food. If you guys have any questions about anything I do or just want to let me know what you guys think, definitely comment, subscribe to my videos. As I always say in all my other videos, I am not affiliated with any of these companies. I'm just a new mom trying to figure it out just like everybody else, and I wanted to show you guys how I do things. All right, until next time, see you guys.